Welcome again. This is Spotlight. I'm Pastor Dan. And if you've been with us the last 2 or 3 times, we're doing a series in this month, all on the subject of the judgment. And we've just put this stake in the ground. Whatever we have come to in the gospel of Jesus, we have the assurance of salvation. We're not giving that up on the doctrine of the judgment. These two doctrines cannot be in conflict with the other. And that's why there has been some questions over the years. I finished college, and there was a professor in 1979 that just challenged the whole interpretation. And I don't agree with everything that he said, but he said whatever else, it cannot take away our assurance in Jesus. And he said many in our tradition are the most scared Christians in the world. That cannot be who we are. So I want to say, just put that anchor down. We are not afraid. Jesus said, let not your heart be troubled. You believe in me. So if we're afraid, then we really don't believe in Jesus fully. Because he said, I don't want you to be afraid anymore. So I'm going to put some spin in here today is to say, I don't think the judgment is first of all about you and me. As they say in the Senate, it's not all about you. One baseball player got mad at another last week, and he yelled at him in the dugout, it's not all about you. It's not all about us. It's about God. Revelation 14, 6 and 7, it says, the hour of his judgment has come. Romans 3, 3 to 4, it says, may you be victorious when you are put on trial. C.S. Lewis has a famous essay he calls God in the Docket. Docket means you're in the docket. You're the one in the chair. And now God is the one being challenged. Satan made lies about God. Made certain charges about God's character. He's arbitrary, he's harsh, severe, unforgiving. Rules are unreasonable. And God has to answer those things. And all over the world, people have these questions about God. They may not actually think it through, they just say these things. Someone dies, people say, God took them. Someone gets sick, they say, I'm trying to learn what God is trying to teach me through this experience. People get cancer like I've had, and they said, I can't understand, why I live like this, and now God lets me have cancer. My own mother said the other day, and she says, I'm ready for God to take me whenever he wants to take me. These are all heartbreaking to God. These are all judgments of God. And God wants to win this judgment. And he wants to somehow have the world acknowledge that he is not like this. He is not the way his enemies have portrayed him to be. Some people will say God doesn't care about it. Yes, he does care. When Job's friends said some awful things about God, just curse God and die. You have sinned against God. That's why God has given you all this. Took all your children, took all your animals, given you boils because you're a sinner. And God came down and said, I'm unhappy with you because you have not spoken about me what was right, as my servant Job has. And so the judgment is first of all about God. Jesus was knocking on the door, and behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come in. And every one of us is at that point of decision. Do we look out at Jesus and decide, is God the kind of God that we are willing to open the door and invite him in? Do you want to spend 1,000 years with God? Who do you want to go camping with? Who would you like to have dinner with? We had some great dinners last week in Texas with all these pastors and our friends. They were spectacular times. You look forward to them because you're going to be with great people. Do you look forward to being with Jesus and with the Father? Every day, forever, we're going to dine at the great banquet table in the presence of God. Do you look forward to being with God? Do you look forward to the Sabbath, to be with God? God is the one on trial. He's waiting for you and I and for the whole world to make a decision of what God is like. Someday every knee is going to bow, every tongue confess God is real. We're going to come back to God. This is Spotlight. We'll go a little further next week. God bless you.
Thank you for watching Spotlight. We're so excited about this. We hope that you'll subscribe and so you'll get all of them. And please just forward it on to others and tell other people about it. And let's just see what kind of an audience we can get for these messages of Spotlight. God bless you.